And we finally made it. Welcome to Indianapolis, today on RJ's Trains. Hello, this is RJ's Trains at Mr. Muffin's Trains in Atlanta, Indiana. Let's go. Make sure to use code RJTRAINS at trains.com for $10 off any order $50 or more. Good morning from Indiana. This is Sam from Sam's O-Gauge Trains. You might remember him if you're like an YouTube OG from a few years ago. Sam and I actually used to do a podcast together, fun fact. I'm pretty sure it's still out there on the internet. Yes, it is, according to Sam. So we're on our way to go get some breakfast, and then it's time to go to Atlanta, Indiana for Mr. Muffin's Trains, and then a whole bunch of other nerdy adventures throughout the day. So let's get cracking. Yeah. Hello, this is RJ's Trains at Mr. Muffin's Trains in Atlanta, Indiana. Let's go check. If anybody was wondering, this is what, hi Sam, this is what Atlanta, Indiana looks like. It's real, surprisingly. Ooh, check out this right here. This actually might be like the nicest train store setup I've ever been in. This is lit. Don't worry, I'm gonna come back to look at the Wabash.
Are you good? Do what you want to do. You're here. This is your time. I can come back any day.
Dude, this would be dangerous if I lived here.
Well, you know, when you're not single, I have a wedding to pay for. But yeah.
Well, I'm not single, and I will soon have a wedding to pay for, so hopefully. Same. So we just wrapped up at the store. I've got a bag full of goodies. Sam's picked up something. Honestly, one of the best train stores I've ever been to. They just have a ton of product out, and it's really cool to all see in person. So drop this off in Sam's car and then head over and check out the lake.
A lot more custom ones for him, as opposed to
There's those big four.
Oh my god, it's the desk he does all the live streaming at. So that was the layout. That was freaking insane. He's got about one of everything that's ever been made, maybe two of everything. Overwhelming, just the amount of stuff that he's got, but it's awesome to all look at. I'm glad to see that's where the money I'm spending on trains from his store is going. You can obviously tell it's going to his collection. But yeah, super awesome. Probably the greatest train store I've ever been to. Between the shop and the layout, nothing compares to it. It is in the middle of nowhere, this mythical place of Atlanta, Indiana, but if you're ever in the area, you definitely have to stop by because this was extremely impressive. And now Sam and I are gonna go get into some trouble, or at least try to. All right, we are outside Amtrak's Beech Grove shops here in Indiana. This is where they do all of their heavy maintenance on diesel locomotives as well as most passenger cars. So Sam here has got a drone, and we're gonna go get some awesome drone footage of all of everything that's stored here. So let's cut to that. All right, thank you very much, Sam, for that awesome drone footage. It's just awesome to be able to see it from above and get as close as we can to it out here on the street. So Sam, where can people go to find you on social media to learn more about what you do with photography, the drone, and the whole 9 yards?
Sure. So if you guys go to my original page, _Sams_Trains_, that is where I post my train content. But if you go to SJ Media 100, you can see everything that is not related to trains on that particular page there. So I'm sure RJ will link those in the description for you, or we can put them on the screen. Yep. But regardless, yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
those
it.
links will be down in the description, so make sure to go check Sam out on both of his Instagram pages. All right, time to cut to whatever I'm doing next.
Welcome to Indiana. Live unboxing from Sam. What did we get today?
We got a Monon RPO car.
Hell yeah.
I already have the set, but this was an extra add-on piece, and I figured, why not?
So now you have a full 6-car set. Hell yeah. Mr. Muffin's custom run?
Correct. So, it'll be exciting. Maybe we'll get out the entire set later.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it
Yeah,
all
show the
looks.
people the whole set.
All right, so naturally, I couldn't go to Mr. Muffin's Trains without getting something Monon. So we've got this Monon 34 composite wood-sided hopper, which was a custom run done for Mr. Muffin. You know, it was rather fitting if I'm going to Atlanta, Indiana. home of Mr. Muffins, the Monon man, how to get something Monon in honor of this trip. So super cool. And then I also picked up, not as exciting, some of these grass tufts for some layout scenery. So we'll see how these look. But yeah, very fun trip to Mr. Muffin's Trains, and another Monon piece added to the collection. All right, so it is Monday night. I am back home. I'm back here on the layout. So it was a very quick trip, just Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday we didn't do anything really train related. We actually went to an Indianapolis Colts game. Both Sam and I are lifelong fans of the Colts, which is particularly funny in my case because they play in Indiana and I live in New York. That's a whole different story. But it was the first time either of us got to go to a Colts game. They ended up blowing out the Raiders 40-6. So it was an awesome time. Now, I mentioned earlier I picked up that Monon hopper. I've got it on the layout here so we can take a close look at it. And I apologize for the messiness of the layout. We're getting ready for a layout update video here next week. So just stay tuned for that. So, you know, closer look at this Monon hopper. It's beautiful, you know, MTH Premier quality. You know, how can you go wrong with it? And it's the Monon Railroad. How could I not get that when I was at Muffin's? But when I was at the Colts game, and I'll include a few clips from the game, even though I know there's not a ton of overlap between sports fans and model train fans. I was walking around the team store. I wanted to get a shirt and a couple of other things. And I saw something in the kids section that grabbed my attention. It is a O scale, 1/48 scale Colts semi-truck. And it was just one of those serendipitous things, like, how could I not get that, you know, when in Rome? So naturally I picked that up and I've got it down here on the layout, and I'll get you some nice close-up shots of that. But, you know, one of those things that you see it on the shelf and it's like, how can I not get that? Definitely a overpriced toy, but you know, it's O scale. How could I not in that situation? So that about wraps it up for today's video. If you all enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up, and let me know what you thought of Mr. Muffin's store as well as his layout. The store was just amazing. I loved how they have all the product just out in front of you to be able to see, nice up close and personal. And then the layout is just the video doesn't do it justice. It is overwhelming with the amount of stuff he has in that room. He can't even run that layout to full capacity just because the amount of trains he has sitting on it, which is just bonkers and makes me think about how much stuff I actually own. Anyways, as I alluded to earlier, we've got a layout update coming next week and talking about York plans and all of that fun stuff. So make sure you're subscribed. Stay tuned for all future RJTRAINS videos.